Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Screamworks Entertainment. Today, we're going to be bringing a new show to you guys, Tulsa King, with Sylvester Stallone. We haven't seen him. I don't think we've ever seen him in a show. He's only done movies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't,
This is the first time
yeah,
we ever
think you're
see
right.
this man in a show.
yeah. I don't think we've ever seen him in a TV show. I think this is the
Yeah,
first time.
if we have, leave a comment. Let me know, because if there is, I'm unaware of the show.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool. So I thought it was really cool that we're getting him in the show for the first time, and he's like 75 years old. Like, this man is a movie legend.
I'm a huge
and
fan
this is his
of him.
first show. So yeah, it's really interesting. I love Sylvester Stallone. I think he's amazing.
I'm a huge fan. So whenever I heard he's coming with a show that's based out of Tulsa, and he's kind of like a mob guy, I was like, that's kind of a cool premise. We're from Oklahoma, so I
Yeah.
was kind of stoked for it.
I was interested to see how they're gonna do it because I'm like, mob in Oklahoma? What the hell?
It's
hell,
not a
buddy?
bad premise because what they're going with is pretty. I mean, it's not really as accurate as what they're. I mean, they're really making Oklahoma to be like a really oaky back. I mean, it's like nobody in Tulsa at all. Because the shots that he sees, I'm
It's
like,
outside
that's
of
not
Tulsa.
Even
No,
if
it's outside of Tulsa.
but even outside of Tulsa, I mean, like.
It's a lot more poppin' than what they're showing.
Yeah, it's a lot more popping. I mean, it's not L.A. by any means or New York by any means, but it's not exactly what they're showing Tulsa, So I was like, that's kind of funny. That's how they're portraying Tulsa to be.
Well, it's what I feel like it's what outsiders think of Tulsa.
Yeah,
if it's
exactly.
Oklahoma
Exactly.
City. Like, if you're not from here, and you're like, well, if you used to kind of picture Tulsa, that's the kind of image you would get. So that's the reason why I was thinking that.
Yeah. Well, this it opens up. He's in prison. He's been in prison for 25 years in Pennsylvania.
And then he goes down to, well, see, the thing about it is they put him in a cab and they're driving him to the mob boss house, but they don't. But they don't tell him like where he's really going, and he's seeing all these people like with the Oculus and just how life has changed so much in the 25 years that he's been locked up.
Which it would have.
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought it was really weird how they disrespected him so much as when he got back. It's like this dude was part of the family since the mob boss is like, since they were like, they've known each other since they were little kids, So the fact that he put his son like one of the head people, and then put this other dude as a capo. I don't know. Is it capo? It's capo, right? I don't want to upset all the mob people that's watching our show.
yeah, okay. I have no idea.
But he has this other dude that's a capo, same ranking as Sylvester Stallone, and Sylvester Stallone doesn't take too kindly to that. He's a little upset with how they're treating him because they're like, "There's nothing for you here, but we give you a whole city, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and coming from New York, you're like, you're giving me a shithole. You're giving me this little piece of shit. What's wrong with you?" So I don't know. I thought it was really interesting how they had started it out.
He knocks that one guy out.
He's not happy with the family, which rightfully so. If you're a mob dude, you did 25 years for your family, and you come out and that's how they're treating you. I'd be a little upset myself.
Yeah, but he goes to Tulsa. Check it out.
I mean, what choice does he have? Either do that or be exiled from the mob, and it's not a place you want to be. They tell him that they tell him they're gonna give him $5,000 a week to get started, and this man goes.
No, I think he said that he has to pay them $5,000 a week. Is that how it was, or was it they're gonna give him $5,000 a week?
I don't know. I got the fact. I thought it was they're going to give him $5,000 a week to get started. It may have been the other way. It makes more sense for it to be the other way around.
Yeah, pretty sure
I
he
don't
has to pay
really-
them $5,000 a week.
Okay, so he gets into Tulsa immediately.
He gets hit by a grasshopper. Immediately,
Like,
he gets
as he's
out of
walking
the
out
building.
the airport.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
funny. Grasshopper
He's like,
jumps
"Whoa,
on him. He's
what
like,
the
"What the
hell's
hell is that?" Yeah, exactly. Then this lady's like, "Oh, that's just a grasshopper." Then he says the most ridiculous thing ever, and she sprays him in the eye, which I thought it was gonna be like pepper spray. It's holy water. Sprays him in the eye with holy water.
She's like, you should wash out your mouth with the way you talk. Or whatever.
But what he said didn't make no sense either. He says the grasshopper is as big as his dick. Okay, that was it. Made no. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You tell me you got a small dick? I don't understand.
Oh man, I think it's I think like from I think because we're from Oklahoma, so we see grasshoppers all the time. So for us, they're small, but I feel like from someone outside of New York, they're gonna see a grasshopper and be like, "It's coming right for me."
My God, it's coming right for us.
You know what I mean? Freak out.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, because they've never seen anything like that, so I think it's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because I'm thinking, why are you making fun of yourself? Is what I'm thinking. So.
That's what I was thinking too, but I was like, you got to put it in perspective that that New Yorkers don't see grasshoppers.
Yeah.
So after he gets attacked brutally by this grasshopper and he leaves him just barely alive, he finds the driver. It almost took my life. But he finds this driver, and he finds a taxi cab. And shortly after he finds the taxi cab, he becomes a driver. He's like, all right. So he's trying to get the lowdown of what Oklahoma, what's going on here. Where's he gonna start out at? And he says, well, weed's legal in Oklahoma. Let's stop at this dispensary. And then I
don't think he realized it was legal.
No,
I still don't think he realizes it.
He doesn't even know what an Uber is, so I completely understand what you're saying. Like I agree with you. He's so out of the loop, but I feel like he's a fast learner. He's learning quick. Throughout the episode, he does learn pretty quick. Okay, so we get here at this dispensary, and he walks in. All macho's like, "Who owns this place? I'm not gonna buy any weed." And I just thought it was really unique, or not, I would say unique, really funny how he goes about just like, hey, I want to talk to Bodie. I think his name is Bodie.
Yeah, Bodie. We'll talk to Bodie.
Yeah. Talk to Bodie. So he just like, everyone's kind of giving him the runaround. So he goes outside, grabs this like little metal water bottle, and just chucks it at the security guard, knocks his ass out. I thought that was amazing. Just like that.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
He could have went about that several different ways, but he chose just to knock him out with the water bottle container. Which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I love that scene. But I just think it's really interesting how he goes in there and he's like, all right, we're gonna do a 20% deal. All right, every week I get 20% of the profit. I'm gonna protect you. You're gonna be happy.
He's like, protect me from what?
Happy. Yeah, and
so
then
funny.
that's when he's just like, what are you talking about? Protect me from what? And then this is like, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in Oklahoma. It's not a whole lot of like gang activity going on here. It's pretty low key.
And so protect you from locusts. I don't care.
For the grasshoppers, it's gonna eat all the weed. Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. But I thought it was really interesting how he went about it. I'm really interested how they're gonna do the show because it's like this man, he's in Oklahoma protecting the weed farms from the locusts. I don't understand what else he could protect them from. Like that's it so far.
Right. Yeah, he's just totally bullying his way in. Totally.
Which is kind of like the old school mob way, I mean, like, I don't know how I'm just going based off of movies, you know. So I don't really know how. I'm sure the mob has definitely changed how they work nowadays, especially with all the new crap. I don't know. So I don't know the best way that he should go about doing this, but I mean, like, what he's doing is working, I guess. So go with it.
Yeah.
I thought another really good scene is after he does make the deal with the dispensary owner and he gets his 20%. He tells his driver, he's like, "Hey, you're gonna be my driver for two grand a week," which honestly, I'd be a driver for him for $2,000 a week. I'm down with that. That sounds pretty awesome. But he's like, "All right, I want you to go get me a black Navigator, a Lincoln Navigator. I believe that's what it is, right? Was it a Lincoln Navigator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he goes in there and he goes to get it, and the dude calls him a crackhead, and he basically won't sell it to him. Tells him to get out. I was like, "What? This is a little racist." Much so he goes in there and just beats the hell out of him. He's like, "You could have just sold him the car, but now I'm just gonna kick your ass." So win-win for me, right?
You're gonna sell it for 50 grand.
Yeah, which I'm
Cash.
like, I would say 35, 40 grand. Why? Like, if you're gonna beat the shit out of him already.
Oh, you mean? Okay, that's what you're saying. I thought you meant that the car is worth that much. Okay.
No. I'm saying if you're gonna beat him up, might as well lowball him while you're at it. I mean, you're already here.
He's probably getting it for a good 20 or 30K less than what it's actually worth.
Yeah, it's probably a 70K vehicle for sure.
At least.
But I thought that was a really good scene.
It was a good scene. See, there's a lot of good scenes in this. I just wish it was rated R, because, more. You can do more with rated R. That's my only complaint.
I think that they're appealing to more of the audience this way. It allows people that...
What audience? What audience are you
for example,
about?
For example, when it's rated R, I'm not going to sit here with my... Like, for example, if I had a 15-year-old kid, I'm not going to sit here and watch this rated R.
Why not? Your kid is 15. You watched movies when worse than this when you were 15. I've watched rated R movies
with my
when I was
parents. I'm not gonna watch sex scenes with my parents. It's freaking
I did.
Weird,
it was very awkward. Yes, it was very awkward. But
why would I?
It was the thing.
No, just because it's the thing doesn't make it okay.
I'm just saying.
I think it's weird, and I'm not gonna be like.
There's a lot of movies that are rated R, especially Deadpool. It's rated R. Kids love it. There's a lot of blood, a lot of guts in that.
But anyway, when you do PG-13.
This show I'm telling you, this show's gonna fail because it's not rated R.
Name me one show that failed because it was not rated R, please. One show.
I will.
One show.
I'll name you a lot. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Let me wait for you're done drinking there. Okay. All right. There's a bunch of them out there. I can't name any off the top of my head.
Exactly.
But there's a bunch of them out
bullshit.
there. All right. That is not bullshit. There's a lot of movies. I can name you a whole bunch of movies. All right.
There's more. You get more views when it's a PG-13 than it is, or M for mature, whatever that they do. I don't know the rating. If they do PG-13, you get more views that way because it allows access to
It's not true. That's not
yes,
true at all.
Yes, it is.
You're talking completely out of your ass. Completely out of your ass right now. You're telling me that because this show is PG-13, it's gonna get more views than a show like House of the Dragon.
I'm saying that it allows more audience, especially with the families that are picky with the way that what their kids watch. If it's rated R,
just because it allows more audience doesn't mean you're going to get more audience out of it. Because now you're going to alienate to people like me who want to watch it, but now we're like, well, it kind of what's the point of watching?
Why do you have to see titties and stuff? Why does it have?
It's
why do you have to
a
have that to
gangster
make the show
movie.
Good?
It's a gangster movie.
But I don't watch
I'm not
gangster
saying you have to see,
shows.
You don't have to see titties every.
I watch.
I don't have to see titties every day. But when he punches a guy, I want to see some blood. All right.
Well,
if
the blood
this is a gangster,
to do with the radar.
He's a gangster. It does. Did you see any blood? Did you see blood everywhere? Was he killing anybody? No. It's a toned down. It's a toned down mafia movie or TV show.
What makes a movie?
That's my biggest complaint. I'm just saying that's my biggest complaint.
It's. So, okay, so the main things is persistence, violence, sexual orientated nudity, drug abuse, or other elements of that nature. That's what makes it. So if they had more drugs, or if they had more sex scenes, or if they had more like like breaking bones and stuff like that, then yeah, like graphic, like for example, if they were to beat someone up and like literally like mangle him, then yeah, that would make it a rated R. But it's just like you don't need to do that. I don't know.
Kind of do need to do that. I mean, it's a mafia movie. How do you got to make a PG-13 mafia show?
But is it the mafia? It's not your typical mafia show. It's not Sopranos. It's not freaking Godfather.
It's not. And that's kind of the problem.
So what's so?
I mean, it's an okay show. Okay, I'm saying it's an okay show.
Godfather and Sopranos to be good.
No,
it can't be its own thing.
I'm not. Did I say that?
It sounded like
those shows are all rated R. Those shows are all rated R. Okay, I'm just saying it's hard to make a mafia movie where you can't show anything. That's all I'm trying to say.
What do you think, guys? Do you think that it needs to be rated R, or do you think it's fine the way it is? Because I think it's fine the way it is. I don't think it. I'm not saying that it wouldn't hurt.
You are you. That's why.
No, I'm saying that I'm looking at it through a marketing perspective, and I do think that it helps it better. Marketing it as a PG-13.
The most ridiculous. That is not true at all. I'm telling you now.
All right. Well, then, if anyone,
great example is Deadpool. Deadpool. Look at Deadpool. So all you gotta look at is Deadpool, and how well that show did. Right, that movie.
Is the movie
I realize this. I realize it's a movie. I realize that, but there's a lot of movies out there, like X-Men movies or. A lot of these superhero movies that aren't rated R, but whenever Deadpool came along, it was rated R. Same thing with Logan. When Logan came along and it was rated R, it did amazing because they can show more stuff. I'm not saying they have to show boobies the whole time. I'm just saying it could be they can do more with it. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of Marvel movies that do great. So good, and it's
is there? When's the last good one? That good Marvel movie there was?
I mean, you won't like them, but you're not the majority audience. You're not like you don't like.
You show me the last good Marvel movie that the majority of people liked.
The Avengers.
Endgame. Yeah.
Endgame. Or
yeah. Exactly. That's the one. Yeah. What else?
They haven't made a lot one since the new Spider-Man. That's really good.
Okay, Spider-Man. Okay, it was good.
I don't know. That's it for me. It's not like they're like an archive of greatness. I'm just saying they produce some good stuff that's not PG. That's not rated R. You know. Well, they've
been producing a lot of stuff here lately, and it's been sucking.
Look at yeah, it doesn't. Look at She-Hulk. It was the best show ever made. What are you talking about?
I know, and it was rated R. What am I saying? anyways, all right. We can argue about this some other time. But anyways, let's get back on topic here.
So how did you feel about the whole... I don't know, just Sylvester Stallone's character, how he's going about setting up operations in Oklahoma.
I think it's pretty funny. I think he looks ridiculous. Like his face looks like he's had so much plastic surgery. He's having a hard time talking. Yeah, he looks ridiculous. But he looks pretty good for a 75-year-old man. Yeah, I'm just saying
75-year-old man.
His face looks utterly ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. Like he like in the opening when he's at talking to all the mob guys, I was looking at his face thinking, what in the world is wrong with his face? It's because he's had like so much plastic surgery or whatever done to his face. He just looks ridiculous. But I mean, for his age, I mean, I wish I looked that good when I'm 75. I'm not saying he looks bad. I'm saying his face. I'm just saying his face looks utterly looks like he just got done filming a Rocky movie. To me, it's what it looked like his face.
When has his face ever looked like he hasn't just got done filming a Rocky movie? I mean, like anytime you see Sylvester Stallone, you're like, man, that dude just got done filming Rocky 15 in the lights.
I think you can see his age a little bit in this show, but he does look. I mean, for a 75-year-old man, yeah, he looks amazing.
I mean, you don't see very many 75-year-old actors still, blowing and going like he is. I'm just saying.
You got
like,
Arnold
my
and you got him. That's really
yeah.
That's-
And look what they were doing back in the day, like
Yeah.
freaking lifting weights and making movies. I mean, I would say the other one that's close to them would be the Ford dude,
the Ford
Harrison
dude.
Ford. Harrison Ford, but he's made some crappy movies lately, man. Like, what is wrong with him? Yeah.
He doesn't care anymore. He's like, oh, I'm rich. I don't care. He doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. But so I don't know. I think it was really cool that they showed the Mayo in this show.
Is that?
I'm
I've
not
never heard of the Mayo. Is that? I guess a
I
popular
guess
place.
It has to be. Yeah, it
in-
has to
I
be.
mean,
I don't know.
it
I don't
may
live in
be, I don't
Tulsa.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's
I don't
made
live
up. I don't know.
Well, it's
But it is
check.
funny. His driver keeps calling him a gangster, right? And he gets pissed off.
He
keeps
gets
calling him
so
a gangster.
pissed because that's not good. Like,
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
it's
the
not
day.
good. But
Yeah,
he's
back
not. He doesn't mean it as that comment. But he tells him, "From now on, refer to me as an industrialist." He's like, "What does that mean?" He goes, "Exactly. No one knows what it means." I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny."
it's like the modern term of entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's-
Exactly.
That's what I got when he said the industrialist. That's like what? That's really not. That's really cool because when you say entrepreneur, people are like, oh, he's a drug dealer. But when you say an industrialist, hey, makes people think for a second. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome. I thought that was really
Yeah.
awesome.
It has some pretty good moments. I just wish it could be, more, rated R. More a little slip it up. That's the my only complaint. The show is actually pretty good. It's actually not a bad show. I just wish it was rated R so we could get more violence, more of a mafia type movie. But
I don't mind.
yeah.
It. I think I'm watching for the story, not the violence.
But that makes a
Really.
better story. I don't know what you're talking about. You're out of your mind. I'm just telling you. Anyways,
I'm not-
I, just because I'm not going to argue with you about this because I know because I'm about to say something really mean and I don't want to say anything mean. So
The Mayo is an actual place. Say something to me. I want to hear what you're gonna say.
No, I'm not saying anything mean.
No,
I'm
I
not
want to
saying
hear.
anything
No, because I need to know. You can cut it out, but I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I
I
got
hear what you're gonna say,
nothing
you
to
son
say.
of a bitch.
I'm just talking on my ass.
You son of a bitch. All right, no, the Mayo is a real place. It's got like a 4.5 out of 5-star rating on Google. So apparently it's got to be decent.
Well, I like how he's going to this little bar as well, where there's like no one's there, but like
Little
5
dive
people.
bar. Yeah.
I'm like, what bar are you going to where there's only 5 people at?
I mean, any bar in a small town in Oklahoma, you'll have that. Not including Norman, Oklahoma City, any of the major cities. If you go to any small
Have you been
town-
to the bar in where you live? All right, there's more than 5 people down there, and you live in a really small town. This is
bar
Tulsa,
that I
outside of
live?
Tulsa. Yes,
The
the
town I
one in
live, there's,
Purcell.
like,
The one in
maybe-
Purcell.
Oh, I was saying the one in Lexington.
Well, even the one in Lexington is
it's like 2 people, if that, maybe.
have you ever been there?
Yes, my mother-in-law used to go there a lot, and yeah, she's like 5 people on a good night. So it's just like there's not many people that go to that bar. But even in the one in
Yeah, but
Purcell,
you
there
know
might
how
be like 10, 20 people there.
There's more than 5. You know how small Lexington is compared to Tulsa? Even outside of Tulsa, it's Tulsa's pretty big.
Well, I mean, like I said, a lot of people are going to go to the popular bars. Most people in towns like that aren't going to go to little dive bars unless that's what they like. So I feel like it's pretty accurate. I feel like that's pretty accurate. It's not like he went to like a poppin' club inside of Tulsa. It's like he went to a little dive bar in Oklahoma. I mean, like there could maybe be 10 extra people in there, but I don't think it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say about the bar is the bartender. He talked about doing some time. He was in jail or prison for a while. He was addicted to painkillers after an accident. I think at one point got addicted to the painkillers, and then I think he's going to end up working for Sylvester Stallone. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a good chance. Yeah, that's what
I
think so
really
as well.
think that he'll be one of his I wouldn't
Right-hand
say
man.
right hand. Yeah, I don't want to say right hand man because I mean you got to be up there to be the right hand man. But I definitely think he could definitely work up to that position for sure. I think he will start working for him eventually.
Yeah.
What do you think about him taking the girls to the titty bar? And
So I hated it because you're at a titty bar, and there's no nudity. I mean, I'm thinking, what is this? This it's the whole PG-13 thing. I'm like, come on now.
you're nitpicking again, sir.
I'm
You're
not
nitpicking.
nitpicking. I'm telling you, it's going to hurt
How
the
is
show.
showing some boobies at a strip club gonna hurt the show? How's it gonna make? No, sorry,
I'm not saying that's going to hurt. I'm saying the rated
How's it
R
gonna
thing
make
is
the
going to
story
hurt
better?
the show. More realistic. You go to any strip club. What strip club are they not naked?
There's only one.
I mean, at
strip
least
club in the
topless. At least
entire
topless.
state of Oklahoma that is a nude strip club.
I'm not talking about completely naked. I'm talking about even they can't be completely naked. I understand that, but even topless. I don't know. It takes you out of the story. To me, it takes you a little bit out of the story because you know, all right, well, this is just fake. So,
I mean, I'd never thought that was an issue of it being fake or not because of course it's fucking fake. It's a show. And Sylvester
but you want to be into
monster.
it. You know, you don't want to get taken out. You know, it's like if you're watching a movie that's in the based in 1950s, and they pull out a cell phone, start talking on it. We're like, wait a second, what's going on here?
I
See what
think
I'm
that's
saying?
a little far of a comparison there, sir. But
It's
do
really
get what
not.
you're saying.
It's really not.
Anyway,
But anyway, so yeah, when they're at the strip club, and then he knocks that guy out for
he touched,
dancing
like,
with that
grabbing on-
chick. She
Well,
was she didn't even seem upset. Like she was like, oh, you know, laughing and giggling. But I guess in his mind, he shouldn't have been doing that. So I understand where he's coming
Okay.
from. But I'm like,
She's trying to get away from him. He's like
she was
not letting
laughing.
go
She
of
was
her.
having a good time. I was
You
I was
need to
actually
rewatch
rewinded it.
that
I did. I
scene,
rewatched it, and she's smiling and giggling. I mean, maybe I remember. I just like I thought she was smiling and giggling. But anyway, so I mean, even let's move past that. So he takes that girl home, right? And that was hilarious how pissed off she got when she found out his age.
Oh well, I mean, first off, I didn't think he was really going to give him his real age, and he would have been smart not to, you know, because.
Well, he's the
70
old school. You know, he's not gonna lie.
Well, lesson learned, I guess.
She'll be back. She'll be back.
Well, yeah, because she's freaking an FDA agent. Hell yeah, she's
And-
gonna be back.
And that's the thing is
Or
the whole scene was
FDA.
just
not
not
FDA.
FDA, ATF.
ATF.
Yeah, but the whole it's not an issue. I mean, like I didn't even realize they had done anything until he says, I'm sorry, it's been a little while. You know, it's been a little while." And I'm thinking, oh, I guess they did. You know, I guess they did do it because didn't allude to anything else. It's
No,
just
they
an
didn't.
issue. Yeah, they did. He said, "I'm sorry, it's been a while." So that's why I
Yeah, but
performed
what was
badly.
the context of that? Because I remember that, but I don't remember in the context of like.
Exactly. That's because it's a PG-13 show, and they don't want you to know that they had sex. That's what it is.
I don't
That's
think
exactly
they
what
did
it
have
is.
sex, dude.
They did. What else is he talking about? That's exactly what happened.
Since he's
yes.
talked to a woman, since he's been in a room with a woman,
No,
he's been
my
locked up
God.
for 25 freaking years.
Yes, that's what he's saying. He's been locked up for 25 years. He hasn't been with a woman since 25 years. That's why he's saying,
Let us know in the comments.
you are out of your mind. I'm telling you are out of your mind.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't pick up on that.
I mean, you like
Sue
Rings of
me.
Power. You didn't pick up on that. I don't understand what's going on here.
What the
Anyway, so at the end of the episode, we find out that she, you know, is a police. She's working for the ATFS, and they show his picture, and she's like, "Ah, shit." But that's another thing that didn't make sense to me. For who she is, she knew that he was kind of rough. She should have picked up on the signs that he's, you know, a criminal. So why is she with him in the first place? So that's another thing I didn't like.
I wouldn't sit here and be like she should have automatically assumed that he's a criminal, but she should have been sketchy of him and very wary of him because like someone acts like that, dress like that,
Yeah.
typically 9 times out of 10 has their hands in other parts of life, I should say. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that right there, I didn't like that aspect either. I mean, the show's it's not a bad show, but there's a lot of things that make it better, in my opinion.
It's
So,
also the pilot. I mean, we're just seeing the pilot here. So
well, I know what happened in the
can-
pilot of House of the Dragon. It was much better than this.
you can't even compare the two shows. Stop it.
Rated R, rated PG-13.
They're not even the same show.
I'm just saying. Anyways,
You get you give these House of Dragons, these Game of Thrones fans an inch, they'll take a freaking mile. I'll tell you what, they get one good season after Game of Thrones, they just think they rule the world now. They're like, oh, Game of Thrones screwed us over, but we got House of Dragons. Ah, we're so good again. We're so great. Just wait till they screw us over again at the end of the show, and everyone's like pissed off again. Just wait. Just wait. You talk so highly about the show now, but it's a matter of time before they fuck everyone else over again. They're like, your face, in your face.
All right, well, that is our thoughts on the new show, Tulsa King. It's all right.
It's good. It
Could be better. It's not horrible. You know, it's
a good
It's not
potential.
horrible. It's better than Rings of Power. Yeah, so yeah, it has some potential. Could be better, but we'll see.
It's
We'll
better
see
than
with
House
the
of
next.
Dragons, I agree. What?
You're crazy.
I didn't say anything. Did you say anything?
Well, anyways, we appreciate you guys watching. Have a good night. Peace out.
Have a good night, guys. Peace.